100 pounds. This morning, after I got out of the shower, I took some footage that was in a vulnerable state because I was in a sports bra and a pair of like booty short workout shorts, because I wanted to take before images of what I look like now. All this stuff's kind of hard for me. What I'm getting at is I had already filmed a piece about vulnerability and I thought it was too aggressive. But I do want to say that these videos are for me, number one. And then they're for people who deserve to know that they are not the only ones out there. So I just am hoping that I can reach the people who are like me to see that this can be done. And in order to do that, I have to be transparent. I am not going to tolerate any negativity out of anybody. I am doing something very brave. I know my sister's gonna be the first person in the comments like ruining somebody's life if they say something nasty, but it doesn't help other people either. This video in particular is about the 5 tools that I intend to use to lose 100 pounds in 18 months. The most important thing to remember when you are trying to lose weight is that you need to be in a caloric deficit, and the way you do that is through diet and exercise. So while I have diet listed as number 2 on this list, number 1 is exercise. I like to take the last 10 minutes of my workday and get the rest of my steps in around the office. It gives me an opportunity to look at everything and get stuff shut down and get the rest of my steps in. I had mentioned that I will be starting to go to the gym, and I have been. I have a lifting cardio plan that I'm just kind of working on, but I try to get at least 10,000 steps in a day. I will go for a walk after meals when I can. Walk around the office, like I said. Go to the gym at least 3 times a week. I play roller derby also as often as I can, but sometimes that's difficult to fit in all of the time and to count into my regular plan. The idea is to not lose focus and have a movement goal every day and to stick to it. The other thing that's kind of a bummer is there's one gym in town and they do not allow filming, which kind of stinks. So I'll try to do some home workouts once in a while and keep you in the loop on that. Unfortunately, no filming means you do not get to see what I do at the gym on a regular basis. Now, if I travel to somewhere and I get like a day pass at a gym and I'm allowed to film there, I would be happy to film some of my workouts for you. So number 1 would actually be a ketogenic diet. I've talked a little bit to you already about being on a ketogenic diet. I think that I have not been focusing as hard as I should have been, and I need to really hit those macros, stick to the diet, because I tend to fall off about the end of the week every week, and that just resets my progress, because keto diet is not a diet that you can cheat on. Well, I'm not here in this video to rage about the benefits of a ketogenic diet or explain to you exactly what it is. I will give just a quick bump out there that, again, I have done my research on this and I know this is the diet that I want to use, and I'm not asking for advice. It is a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet, and I believe my macro split right now is 70% fat, 20% protein, and 10% carbs. I think that those macros are actually a little bit different than that on a true ketogenic diet, so I will actually need to reassess where I'm at with that, but having a plan to move forward on is better than sitting there spinning my wheels and just thinking about things. So that is number 2, ketogenic diet. So I sat down to film a video thinking that I should re-teach everybody how to use tdeecalculator.net and MyFitnessPal, and I'll insert a clip of how that night went. How do you like my bedding that needs dealt with? I just sat down and filmed like an entire video for you guys on how to use tdeecalculator.net and MyFitnessPal, and my phone didn't record any of it. So I'm done filming for the day. Maybe tomorrow things will be better. But I decided that I don't think I need to reinvent the wheel on this. That is just tools 3 and 4. tdeecalculator.net to get a good gauge, and I will link the video I did to that, and MyFitnessPal to keep track of food intake, because I think that's very important for someone like me. It's not necessarily important for everybody, but definitely someone like me. So I will also link that video, because I believe they were 2 separate videos, and if I am wrong, I apologize, and I'll just have one video linked. I really struggled with even talking about this, even admitting this to anybody. I thought maybe I should keep it very private. This has a lot of stigma behind it, and is something that I spent a lot of time researching and making sure that I knew as much as I could about it before I made the decision to move forward with it. And for the sake of transparency, I think it's important that I include that at the beginning, so that everybody knows that yes, I am using this as a tool. It's important for me to talk about this because, again, transparency and whatever judgment comes along with this, I really want to just show an honest perspective, and that is the use of phentermine. I will be using phentermine on this journey, at least at the beginning. We will see how that plays out. I don't know how that's going to go. Tell me below if you want to know the story of how difficult it was for me to get this prescription, and not even because I had to prove anything or anything like that, but that's not what this video is about. So I chose to use this prescription medication, I want to call it, not drug, because I knew a person probably about 10 years ago who she used phentermine, and she did lose a whole lot of weight, but she did abuse it. So I was really skeptical about it for a long time. And then fast forward to this year, a different friend of mine started using it, and she has had amazing results, and I talked to her about it at length. Bless her heart, she was so willing to be open and honest about it. I decided to do my own research, which I spent probably 2 months or more reading every article I could about it, reading tons of studies about it, looking at pros and cons, watching videos, watching people's negative experiences and positive experiences, and all of the in between. Came to the decision that I wanted to talk to my doctor about it, and so I did, and here we are. Phentermine is very safe if you use it as directed. It is non-habit forming. It is the most highly studied weight loss medication out there, and it is no longer part of fen-phen, which was outlawed a long time ago, but that was an active ingredient in fen-phen. Fenfluramine is the drug that is no longer used because it has such strong implications for heart problems and other complications. Phentermine, which is the second part of fen-phen, is a stimulant, yes, but it is a very low dose, and it reacts with your brain chemistry to curb cravings in a different sort of way. Like, it just takes away the thoughts of food, the desire, all of those things. And I can do an entire fully in-depth video on everything that I have studied on phentermine before I even talked to my doctor. But I'm just putting this out here to say that there's nothing wrong with deciding to use a medication to help. I was originally suggested to use Ozempic. I tested my blood and my A1C, and my A1C is a 5.5, which is almost pre-diabetic, so it doesn't really warrant the use of Ozempic or GLP-1, semaglutide, however you want to say it. And I'm not really comfortable with the idea of that anyway. I wasn't really comfortable with the idea of phentermine either, because in my mind that was just prescription meth. My doctor laughed at me when I told her that I felt that way. We talked for maybe an hour and a half. It was a long time, and came to the decision that this is what we were going to do, and we were going to do it at a very low dose, and we will reassess in 1 month and then go from there. I
will actually be starting that hopefully Monday. And I want to kind of document my experience with it and let you know how that goes too. And all of that being said, this is the third time in my life that I've had to make an attempt to lose a large amount of weight. I decided that at my age and the amount of times I've had to do this, that this was the right decision for me. So I'm not asking for people's opinions. I'm not asking for people's advice. I'm just letting you know that this was one of the tools in the toolkit.
I'm pulled over. One quick thing I forgot to mention about phentermine is that it is not a magic cure-all. I still have to do all of the other things that I am presenting today with diligence for it to work. It is just a tool to assist. All of these things are tools to assist. And phentermine's no different than making sure that I stick to my keto plan. And you know what? In 6 months or 2 months or whatever, I decide keto doesn't work and I need to do something different. If phentermine isn't the right option and I need to do something different, I have decided that that is okay. I don't have to stick to something that isn't working or is causing me grief just because I said that I was going to. I don't exactly know where I'm going with that. I just pulled over to turn the camera on because I knew that I forgot to say that about phentermine.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with me this week and talking about this big journey that I'm about to go on. It's not easy to open up, so I appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving me. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If there's anybody that you know that wants to follow along or is possibly thinking about any of these things we've talked about today themselves, feel free to share this video with them, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!